Hello, this is Rob from Exad doing a demo on footprints and blueprints, which is how Exad, a location specialist in the advertising market, define users and the locations that they are within. What you're seeing on the screen now is a 10% sample of the impressions that we are seeing in real time. To give you an idea, each time you see a yellow dot appear on the screen, that is a real person accessing one of around 100,000 apps that we work with and producing what's called an ad request, and we see them in real time appear on the map here. As you can probably imagine, this is a very small sample, as I mentioned, otherwise the map would look somewhat complicated. And on the right hand side here are the places that we are seeing those people within. If I turned fade off here, you would start to see that over time the map would slowly fill up, and that eventually would look like this of all the people that we see checking into various places throughout the day. In the interest of time, I have pre-selected an impression very much like one of these that we saw in Boots in Edinburgh here. So you can see that this Boots is actually on a retail park here, and what you'll notice is the blue box here around the store. Now, where Exad is completely unique in the location marketplace is we only class someone as having gone into a store off the back of potentially a media campaign or as a customer of a store if they have entered into the physical walls of the store itself. And as you can see, we've drawn those here accurately using blueprints, which I'll show you in a second, to define those walls. Now, to give you an idea of what that would look like if we were using what everyone else on the market is doing, which is radius technology to define their audiences, the postcode for this retail park here is very likely to be on the road so that car sat-navs can navigate to it, so possibly here, best case maybe even somewhere here. Now you'll start to see in blueprints in a second why there's a lot of margin for error there if you were looking to find Boots loyalists or people that were customers of Boots, if you like. So if we skip over to blueprints, we'll find that very same business park in that system, and I'll explain some of the issues. You can see the Boots here in green. I've enabled Street View for your benefit so you can see that it is in fact a Boots. Now this software is completely automated with human curation to make sure that we can do this at scale, and you'll notice that we've got most brands on here. So into the issues of using radiuses instead of blueprints, which we use at Exad. If we assume that in fact the postcode is somewhere in the middle here, and you drew a circle around it large enough to get the entirety of Boots, then you're going to pick up at least one, maybe up to sort of 4 or 5 of these other stores, and you can start to see that there's TK Maxx, Habitat, Homebase, Nike, Clark's Shoe Shop, Trespass, Clothing. There's a lot of other places here. So if we were to build an audience that was Boots loyalists, for example, or people that we have served an ad campaign to that we wanted to measure if they had then gone into Boots off the back of seeing that ad, you would be in a fairly large situation of error if you were using a circle, because it might in fact be that they went into Clark's Shoe Shop, not into Boots at all. You can see here probably there's a 1 in 6 chance in fact that it would be Boots that they would go into if you drew a circle around this business park, with all of these other places that people could go into. So yeah, that's exactly why we're unique, and that's how we do it, and that's how we build all of our audiences. Thanks very much. Cheers.